known as the Feng Shui guru
Ooh, yes, you are.
because I have over 2 decades of experience empowering clients and students to live in harmony with their home environment, looking through their feng shui eyes to identify what the silent stressors are.
Ooh,
And my amazing partner
ooh.
is known as,
I am known as the
oh,
stress I was going to say feng shui. I was so
yes,
into what you were saying.
but your
Stress.
name is, yeah. Mhm. Hi, my name
Hi,
is, we're
my name
practicing.
is, who am I? My name is Cheryl V, and I'm known as the stress reduction guru because we assist women to strategically use practical feng shui principles. Get this, are you ready for it? To create holy shift moments in their life. And that usually happens within 21 days in our 21-day decluttering boot camp. And ladies, let me tell you, those holy shift moments, they're big. They're big and they're waiting for you.
And that 21-day decluttering boot camp is going to have a relaunch. Anyways, we'll tell you
Yes,
more about that. We are
absolutely. We are
all in
all in
alignment
alignment.
with Anita and
And
Cheryl
Cheryl,
coming to
helping
you.
you create sacred spaces.
And we come to you every Friday live for the last almost 4 years. This is episode 176, I
Eight,
think.
177.
177. Ooh,
That's an
okay.
eight.
And we always get the topic of the day from our personal
Yes,
paradise
sir.
card deck from our teacher, mentor, friend, Tara Catherine Collins. However, the first Friday of every month, we do
Yes,
something a little different. We do
yes.
a oracle card reading, and that's always fun.
Yes.
And yeah, a feng shui oracle card reading. And I'm going to just check. Do we have anybody, Cheryl?
You know what? I got started looking and then I got
Oh,
sidetracked, so I don't
okay. Well,
know.
you know what? I'll go have a look.
You have
And
a look if you want. I'm going to shuffle the deck because it doesn't matter. So I'll just put the intention into the deck that
mhm.
whoever the first person is, this is the cards, this is the topic for you, right? So
That's
it
right.
just is.
Okay.
But in the meantime, so what's fascinating about Anita's in her office. My house is still under renovation, so I'm not in my office. And you know what? It's beautiful outside, and I love my yard, so I'm outside. You're gonna get the
Perfect.
sun starting to come in here, and you can see the sun rays. Isn't that gorgeous? But it
Mm,
can be a little
mm.
distracting. So I apologize for that if it is. However, I'm not moving.
Okay. Well, Janice is joining us, and she said she would love one.
Was that Janice or
And
Janet?
yeah, Janice. Good morning, Janice. Good
Good morning.
morning, Kathy. Good morning, Cindy. Come on in, everybody. Join us.
Yes.
And yeah, okay.
Always
Let me
interesting doing
see.
live. So I was watching one of the speakers we have coming up for the Power of an Unstoppable Woman. She did a
Mhm.
live video last night. Oh, there goes a card flying.
Oh, well,
OMG. So just
mm,
a little bit about Leah Lavoie. 4
okay.
years ago, she was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Hmm.
2 years, all the rigmarole, the surgery, the chemo, the blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Then she was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and given 6 months to live. And she took it upon her own self, her
Hmm.
body, her health, and she's going hard. She's headed away on a hiking weekend that's a hike in only with some of
Ooh.
her besties this weekend. The woman is
Mm.
absolutely resilient. And I
Wow. Bumps.
cannot
Goosebumps.
wait to hear her speak in October. I got to grab that card and I might have to just adjust because you can hardly see me now with the sun.
Okay. Good morning, Karen, joining us from Victoria, and Kathy from Alaska. Cindy, good morning. Janice. Okay, well, so far, it looks like Janice has put up her hand and Kathy has put up her hand for card reading. And we might have time for three if there's somebody else there. Anyways,
Is that better? Nope. Didn't help
we'll
one
just
bit.
see how that goes. And okay. Okay, well, let's see. Kathy, I'm gonna do one for Kathy.
Well
How's
done.
that? Oh, that sun ray is beautiful. Oh
It's
my goodness.
beautiful, but you can't see me.
Cindy would love one too. Okay.
Awesome.
Well,
There we
how
go.
about you do Cindy and Janice? And
Pardon me. I'm
I'll
going to do
start with
Cindy and Janet. Is that what you said?
Janice.
Janice.
Janice. And I'll do Kathy. And then if somebody else happens to want one, then we'll do that
Okay.
too.
Spell me Janice's name, please.
Janice.
Thank
Janice
you.
Gallant.
Oh, beautiful. Like she needs a card reading. I love
Well,
it
of course
though.
she does. You
Of
know how
course
that
she does.
goes,
She's,
right?
we don't do it for
The
ourselves.
plumber's house needs plumbed. The cleaner's house needs cleaned.
Oh,
You know how that goes, right?
I
It's the
do.
same
Actually, I
thing.
do. And Janice is
The feng
also one
shui
of our
people need
speakers.
feng shui. I need a feng shui person in
Yeah,
my.
so do I. Do you know anybody? Oh,
Yeah.
well, there goes another card. Um, Hang on. Janice is one of our speakers too.
Yes, she is. And I'm so looking forward to that. Oh, Goosey bumps.
Oh my goodness, these cards.
Okay, well, Kathy, I'm not sure what's going on with you today. One card popped out.
All right, let me step aside while
Oh.
you're shuffling and
Oh, okay, there we go. As soon as I said that, then it was like, Kathy, darling. Okay, we have card number 13, affirmational belongings. Number 18, living room. Number 14, gardens. I'm going to start with affirmational belongings. Uh, I'm not sure if anybody is familiar, get my lips to work today, familiar with Mike Dooley. Anyways, I get a little message from the universe from him every day, and it's always, quite lovely and whatever. Mike Dooley um, says that thoughts become things. And other spiritual teachers also say that. Now, I have always said, and you could quote me on this one, if thoughts become things, then can the things influence your thoughts? Right? So, Kathy, that is the question for you today with the affirmational belongings. So, that is all of those things that we surround ourselves with that are affirming or anchoring an idea, a thought, an emotion, uh, sometimes a limiting belief. Because if thoughts can become things, then most definitely those things can influence your thoughts, right? So sometimes we just need to go to that outdoor environment, that outer environment, and see how those things are affecting us. And it might be, Kathy, that you have to put on your feng shui eyes today and look in your living room, right? Now, the living room is the space in the home that 100% reflects the personality of the home's occupants. 100%. And it reflects and conveys a feeling, again, of how you are in your mind, body, spirit. And you might want to look at your living room to see if you are living, right? Is it alive with energy, or does it have some stagnant energy. And it may be that you have to, the garden card came up, right? So, garden is all about nourishing our life force energy, that inner energy as the chi flows through the home. And, what you look out your windows, bringing that nature indoors. So again, it might be looking at that living room today. It's the card that was in the center. So I'm thinking that's where these other ones are coming around it. And your garden, your garden is growing. All those seeds that you planted, Kathy, whether it's 5 years ago or 2 years ago or 6 months ago, your garden is growing. And I think that could be true for all of us, that we forget sometimes that we are constantly in this natural world cultivating our own garden, our own inner garden, our own outer garden. And those seeds that we planted, they might be a little bit slow to germinate, maybe not as quickly as we'd like. However, you planted them, so you have to trust that they will grow. They will be full of abundant fruit, right? So, just a little reminder for you
Mm.
today, Kathy.
How
Hmm.
beautiful, beautiful. And while on this topic of gardens, this is for all of you. The two of these divine women both have horticulture backgrounds and both understand the definition of a weed, which is something growing in a place you do not want it. What is growing in your life that you do not want? You are the only person that can pick that out of your garden.
Mhm.
Janice, beautiful divine goddess herself. The first card that came flying out was animals, number 1. 14,
Mm.
gardens. Do we sense a theme here?
Maybe.
And 19, ceilings.
Hmm.
Dearest Janice, you have the utmost respect and you watch and you see and you cultivate your love of your animals. We know this. And yet, when you watch them with your spirituality, your wisdom, dear medicine woman, you also impose ceilings, not just on the animals, for that is a part of humanity and the way you want to control their behavior. But you impose it on yourself and those around you, unintentionally, of course. Those ceilings are meant to be lifted. You know yourself when you are in nature. You open up. There is no ceiling. The divine is always with you. Spirit is always talking to you. And yet, in your humanness, which is for all of you, you just go to step into a new arena, a new phase, a new program, a new creation, and you instantly put a ceiling on it. What if, dearest Janice, what if the new creation has no ceiling? When you can change your perspective, when you
Mm.
can change your view, and we know you can, take a moment and allow that inspiration, that new seed, shall we talk about the garden again, to germinate. There is no point for a gardener to create a bed, a new garden, shall we say, And this is for all of you. You want to create a new garden with an intention that you're going to grow vegetables. Then why would you plant a tree in the vegetables? Or you have a new space and you prepare the soil and you put your edging in and you give it the ideal climate, the ideal nurturing environment. You plant the seeds and then you forget to water them. This happens often. This vessel is doing this right now to herself. So we will ask her partner to remind her to watch this video. She's got all kinds of seeds planted. Don't forget to water them and
Mm.
trust that they will germinate. And germination is never 100%. 60, 70, 80% germination is phenomenal. That means
Mhm.
the seeds were fresh, the environment was ideal, everything is perfect. And then even once those seedlings are germinated, there can still be issues and you lose some of them. So you start planting 24 seeds and you wind up with 10 plants. And out of those 10 plants, 8 are prolific. You see, dearest, the garden has many analogies to our lives. All of this
100%.
all of this goes back to Janice. And we can see that the Anita has something she wants to add in here. So we will let her go back to that and then we will come back and talk about Cindy.
Well, Janice, it again, this whole natural, the animal card, right? The garden, the ceilings, it's all about nature for you. And it's also, I think, another message that your animal totems, the animal spirit guides have been, very strong. They're very strong for you, and that this is just another little reminder for you to pay attention. And it could be those ones that are in the sky, like the hawk, the eagle, could be even the magpie, the crow. And that ceiling is the sky is the limit. And when we go back to nature and we look at nature and say, the the ceiling of our planet Earth has no bounds. It has no, there's no container. It is limitless, as are we, and as are we connected to all of that. And brilliant teacher, shaman that you are, sometimes we all need that reminder
Mm.
that those, spirit guides are there. They're talking to those symbols, and it's, paying attention to that. I love it. Love it.
Beautiful. We couldn't agree more. We couldn't agree more. Cindy, has life seemed a little dull? You can answer in the chat. For the first card that flew, we mean flew out for you, was the number 3 card, color.
Mm.
Then the number 40, windows and doors.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's some openings that need to happen, young lady. And then number 17, foyer. Now, Miss Cindy, are you ready to take the blinders off? To open up the blinds? Allow the color, allow the sunshine. Metaphorically, we understand if it is hot, it is hot, and you want to block that a bit. But that also shifts the colors in your own space. Now, let us go back to the windows and doors. These two refer to your face. Windows, door. Is there color coming in? Is there color coming into your life, dearest? For it is the thrill of color, and it is no accident that the artist Janice is with you. She produces, she guides, and she teaches art and painting and getting into your soul and having that communicate out onto the canvas, through the brush, through the color of the paints. Cindy, this may be something that could be the start of opening and filling your doors, allowing that chi energy, that energetic, that colorful vibrancy into your life and into your foyer. Sometimes we get so stuck that we cannot see potential, and it takes another person, Feng Shui expert, to pop in and make a suggestion. A slight, subtle shift is all is required sometimes. Look at the color or lack thereof in your space, dearest, and that could also be on your person. Many have very little color in their wardrobes. This vessel isn't one of those many. Her whole wardrobe is color. However, this is about you. How can you bring color into your world? Maybe it's even a new color of lipstick that opens and frames that door, allowing energy to flow in and releasing that which is no longer necessary for you. Dearest Cindy, you own the cards. We hope this has been helpful to you. We are always with you. Namaste.
Awesome. And Cindy, I just wanted to add a little bit to that. Um, with the card, the foyer that came up. And, maybe it just needs, I know, like you said, that you're finishing up some projects, you've been, ignited, you've been feeling a little bit, energized. And again, it's just that pop of color coming into the foyer so that when your guests come into your home, they too are also feeling that new energy. And the foyer is again that first impression, or it's also a reflection of how you love yourself, because you get to come into your home every day. And that is something that needs to be reflective of how you want to feel the moment you step into that foyer. Do you feel welcome? Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel safe? Or do you feel angst or, frustration or tension in your body? And your body will always tell you ahead of time, right? I mean, your auric energy field is out here, and our body will always tell us beforehand, before we get the thought, before we get that, um, you know, awareness. The body will, so just pay attention. Where is the tension that's coming in there?
Mm. Well said, my friend. Hopefully those are hitting the mark for you. We'd love to see your comments below. What were Kathy's numbers, Anita?
So Kathy tallied up to a 9.
Okay.
Janice tallied up to a 7.
Mm-hmm.
And
I have a 6 for Cindy.
And a 6 for Cindy. So that is altogether
A 2-2.
22. A 2-2.
A 2-2.
2-2.
It was a 2-2 last week, too.
I think it was a 2-2. A 2-2, 2-2. And then if you add the 2-2 again, that's all about mastery,
Yeah.
right? And Kathy's a master. Janice
is a master.
Cindy, I don't know your background. Maybe this is an
Cindy is a
invitation.
master.
There you go. Okay.
We're all a master.
We're
Actually,
the
we're
master
all
numbers.
goddesses. I love it. Okay, so a
So
2-2, you know I
yeah.
always go to the book Double Digitology
Mhm.
because we're close to the
Mhm.
top of the hour. So
We
let's talk
are.
about the 2-2 briefly because we did it last week as well. And then I want to go to the 4 because combined they make a 4. And I think that's more hitting the nail on the head. So
Mm-hmm.
a 2-2 takes all of the energy of cooperation, of being supported, responsive, and adaptable to their environment and magnifies it to create what we know as the master builder. This is bringing this all back to their environment and these amazing
Mm-hmm.
master builders. Now I want to jump to the 4 because the 4 is quite interesting and my favorite number. The 4 is so wondrous in the asymmetrical energy of things. It kind of teeters when you think about it. It is completely out of balance. However, it still stands. The 4 is quite talented because it must stay in balance to stay upright. I love that. And I want to end on that note. We need to, if we choose, create that harmony in our environment to remain in balance,
Mm.
for us to stay upright, to stay moving forward, to remain the wisdom keeper, the Akashic record leader. And Cindy, 100% do not know what you do, my love, but what you do is important in this world. And what those numbers tell us is the importance of your environment and being in harmony in it for us to stay upright.
Mm. Okay, well,
Miss,
Clara asked for a card if it was too late, so I
okay,
just, we have two
pulling.
minutes left.
Yeah,
We
no,
have
you go.
2 minutes.
Okay,
Uh,
go for it.
quickly, Claire, for you, mirrors and crystals. And again, there's definitely lots of nature happening today, right? The
Absolutely.
garden, animals, another garden, color, it's all about nature. And then crystals, you bring those crystals in. And Cheryl just talked about the number 4 being that foundational grounding energy. And where do the crystals come from? They come from the ground, right?
Gaia, Gaia.
Yeah. And of course, we know that some crystals, have the ability to transmute energy to that we can, put our own intentions on them. So I think for you today, I'm picking up that maybe take one of your crystals that you already have, put it in your hand, set an intention around
Mm,
that, infuse your life force energy,
yeah.
chi, and carry it around with you in your pocket. And the mirrors are always about reflection. And in the home, we've talked about mirrors in our home, many, many times. But in a different context, every situation that comes across our life is a is a mirror. It's a reflection back to us of something
Mm,
that we either need to clear, as Cheryl was talking about, clearing that stagnant energy, or look at a little differently with our feng shui eyes. So every person that you encounter today might be reflecting back to you something that is going to reflect your beauty, your power, your inner confidence. And just be, again, it's all about that awareness. Be aware of what that looks like for you today, Claire.
I
Mhm.
love that, Anita. What a great way to wrap up. And I just want to say thank you to you, those of you that have been supporting me doing my weekly challenge because I've been doing a program with Forbes Riley. Oh, oh my gosh.
Been
Happy
crushing it,
Oh my
crushing it.
gosh. Um, and it's just to improve. Like I want to improve me. I love to learn and I love to grow. And I mean, hello, the woman has sold $2.5 billion in $1,500 products. Like she is the queen of infomercials. If you go back to the Jack LaLanne juicers, et cetera,
Mhm.
that's Forbes Riley. Anyway, incredibly compassionate woman. I love how she works with people with us that are in her program. But thank you for your support. And it was interesting because yesterday I had to figure out how to take pictures of myself, and I used Zoom because I couldn't find a stand to put my phone on. And I don't know how to do the timer on my phone, so I've still got lots to learn on those contexts. So I appreciate your support in that with my exercise on a daily basis. Anita, we wanted to wrap up, and I know we're over the top of the hour, but two things. One,
Mhm.
Power of an Unstoppable Woman live event is coming up in October. Janice is one of our speakers. I am so excited about her workshop. Kathy is coming from Alaska. Isn't that cool? I don't know
It
about
is.
Cindy and I don't know about Claire. However,
Claire's coming. Yep, Claire
Claire's
already
coming.
has her tickets. Yep,
Yay!
she
That is
is.
exciting.
Mhm.
This event, there's so much more to it
Oh, yeah.
than meets the
Mhm.
eye. And we have, Anita and I have the responsibility, I want to say, of helping create this incredible portal vortex of love and compassion in central Alberta, or this wouldn't be happening.
Mhm.
So be a
Mhm.
part of that. Your energy is required in it.
Mhm.
Do you want to add anything to that?
100%. It is, it's all about love. This one is all about love.
Yeah.
And the venue where we're going to be is actually on sacred land.
Yes.
It's so there is an energy portal there, and we are there's a bigger picture, like you said, Cheryl. Universally, we have been called to all gather at that point in time in history
Mm-hmm.
to anchor love. We're anchoring love in that space.
Mm,
Um, and the women that attend, that speak, that the women that walk in that door will not be the same women that walk out
out of
on
that
Sunday
door.
evening,
I agree.
because we are going to just love them up. They're going to be encapsulated in a bubble of love that will transcend space and time. It really will. It's going to be that profound. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Before that, however, you mentioned earlier, and I want to dive into that just for a second. Well, maybe longer than a second. A minute. We'll give ourselves a minute. 21-day decluttering boot camp. We're
Mhm,
changing it up. We're relaunching it, and this all goes back to working with Forbes Riley.
mhm,
OMG, brilliant woman. So
mhm.
watch for that. And even if you've
Yeah.
taken it before, it's gonna be a little bit different because, we were sweet and we were very soft and we were very encouraging, and some people didn't do a whole lot.
Hmm. It's a boot camp. There's
We
a
want to
clue.
encourage you to get
Uh,
results. So watch for more
Anyway.
information on that coming up in September. All right.
Mhm.
Have
Okay,
yourselves a
well,
great week.
thanks for
Thank
tuning in
you.
and joining us live on August the 2nd. And we will see you next week. Back to our regular scheduled program, Feng Shui Friday with Anita and
Cheryl.
Cheryl.